Kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Surprise in Arizona. Hope you're having a super fantastic, sparkling day. Welcome to Before the Dirt Nap podcast number 1485. Fun is the game for today. What fun have you been having today? It's Finish It Friday. It's time for gamification. If you play a game to help yourself get your to-do list done, then that's awesome. I'm in the middle of editing this week's newsletter. So if you want to grab this week's newsletter, just go to the link that's down below, beforedirtnapnewsletter.com, and sign up. You get a couple of free giveaways. I can't remember what they are, though. You get a couple of free giveaways, and soon you will also have our second newsletter in your inbox once you sign up down below. Once we finish editing it, it will be out there for you. So fun is the name of the game for today. It's Fun Friday. It's Fun Friday. It's whatever you want to call it. It's the end of the week for most people. Some people it is not their Friday, and I get that. So you can save these tips and tricks for your Friday, whatever day you have it. So what games have you been playing this week to get your to-do list done? Like, what rewards are you giving yourself if you get your list completed for the week? I don't actually do I kind of do. I do. I allow myself to watch a movie. It's the only time that we're going to get to watch a movie is on Friday or over the weekend. So, if I get stuff done in time tonight, I may watch a movie or I may just chill. Yesterday, Zeffie got her, you can just see in the corner of the picture there, her little pink leg sticking out. Yeah, she's been resting most of today. She's actually been moving a lot better today, but she's also been very clingy. So wherever Mama goes, she's been following. But she's doing really, really well. I wish you could see her face right now. It's hilarious. She's such a cute face. Only because I went and picked her up and put her there. And she hasn't basically moved. But she's got the cone off, and the cone only goes on if she wants to go somewhere else. If she starts going after the bandage on her foot, if she starts going after that, the cone goes on. Otherwise, she doesn't have to have it on. We actually found a way to stop getting her bandage dirty and wet, is that we take one of her booties and put it on the bandaged foot, and now we've been able to go for walks and stuff. And I got told to take her on short walks. Zeffie, once on the leash and once outside, has a very different idea on what a short walk is. But we did kind of cut it down a little bit because we couldn't come back our normal way because the sprinklers were on. And that meant, possibility of her getting her bandage wet. So we just cut through a street. And if we come through the street instead of back through the park, it's actually shorter. So we come on the next block over to get home, and it's shorter. So, yeah. So we did shorten it a little bit, but she got everything figured out. But what is really cool is that she's taking care of her leg herself. She's twice now today, she's jumped up on the chair by herself. Usually I picked her up and put her there. When we went for a nap earlier, I picked her up and put her on the bed, and she got herself comfortable and all that. But when she goes to get off, and I noticed this last night, is that she holds her back left leg, which is the one with the bandage on it, up, and uses the other three legs to jump and land. And once she's jumped and down and landed, then she puts the injured leg down. And I'm like, that is pretty smart. That's pretty smart for them to figure that out. But she's doing a lot better this morning than she was yesterday. She's not as whiny as she was last night, the poor thing. She had her first dose of pain pills. She gets the next one in an hour. So it'll be probably just after we get back from a walk, because I may do it although it's like 100 and something degrees outside. We're heading back into extreme heat warning. But back to making today fun. So what can you do to make Fridays fun? Well, you could go out and celebrate the end of the week, go out for a meal. You could order in pizza. You could have a movie night. You could have a game night. You could get together with some friends. You could get together with family. There's lots of different things that you can do to help celebrate the end of the week. When I was living back home in New Zealand, our Friday night thing was fish and chips. And this was really cool. Just as Mum and Dad would go down and get the fish and chips, and as Mum would get out the paper plates, which were basically newspapers folded up into the plates, and they would wrap it in the newspaper paper without the print on it, in contact with the food, and then they'd wrap it up with the printed newspaper. So you could come home with black hands from the ink getting on your hands because of the hot package you were carrying. And Mum would make up the paper plates from the wrapper and divvy up the fish and chips, and would go and sit in front of the TV and have dinner. At the time that she was doing that, you would hear Greensleeves coming down the street, which meant Mr. Whippy was coming. And Mr. Whippy is an ice cream truck, and it does soft freeze ice cream, and the soft freeze ice cream. And you could go, and so he would stop almost in front of our place. So we would all go out there and pick what we wanted for dessert. We'd walk back into the garage, put it in the freezer, and because our freezer sat in the garage, and then we'd go inside, have our fish and chips. Then once that was done, we could go get our desserts out of the freezer and eat them. So that was our Friday night tradition. We would do that on Friday nights. And that was our way of celebrating the end of the week. And we nearly always had our meals together as a family. In fact, we had our meals together as a family as often as we could. Tuesday nights during high school, I was coaching gymnastics. So I would basically come home from high school, dump my bags. I think I had like an hour at home before I had to leave because I had to go to the gym. And I was at the high school gym. Come home, get changed, have something to eat, and then head off to the high school gymnasium and pull out all the gym equipment that we needed, the boxes and the mats and all of that sort of stuff, haul that out. There was only so much I could set up by myself. And then I would have parents that would show up a little earlier as well and help me get the rest of the stuff sorted out. I would do a workout myself on the stuff that I could get out myself. I'd do a workout on the equipment. And then we were into coaching, and we had three classes. We had 3 different classes, and we'd get those done. Each class was an hour long. And it was basically one finishes, the next one starts. And we had parent helpers. And yes, I was the assistant coach for a while, and then I was the head coach. I started coaching when I was 13. Absolutely loved it. Had so much fun with those kids. And then we got, we got a different head, and then our head coach left, and then we got a new head coach in. By the age of 16, I was running the show. I was head coach for that club. And then, of course, I had to give it up. I had to put it on pause when I went off to the Air Force a year later. But it was something I absolutely loved doing. So Tuesday night was the only night I didn't have dinner with the family because we're coaching gymnastics. And then I'd walk home at like 9 o'clock in the evening and drop the keys off at the caretaker's house, which was just down the street from me, in the dark, and wander and just go back home. No worries about, we've always wandered around in the dark. And I would walk back home from this high school in the dark, drop the keys off, and wander home and get my homework done. And I had a little bit of time to get my homework done when I got home as well from high school. But but most nights we would get together as a family and have dinner, and that was nice. I liked that. I missed that. Missed the family dinners. But that was our Friday night tradition, was fish and chips and Mr. Whippy for dessert. So what traditions do you have on families for Friday nights? Is everybody going in every different direction? Do people come together as families and have dinner together? Is there a special meal that you have on a Friday night? When I was living in LA, we would have Finish It Fridays, and we'd go meet at a bar/restaurant and sit there and get together and talk about our week and some of the struggles we had, some of the problems that we'd had, how we'd worked through them, how we'd gotten them done. And we'd sit there and have drinks and nibbles and, have food based on which place we were in. Some would just do like snacks or appetizers, and some would do full meals, depending on which place we were visiting. But we had a lot of fun doing that. And I miss that. I miss the Finish It Fridays. Maybe I'll start one up here, the Finish It Friday. Yeah, maybe we could find a place that has a patio area so I could take Zeffie with me. What do you think, Zeph? Would you like that? She was like, if it's food, she'll be there. So, what do you do to celebrate the end of the week? Do you just come home and sit down and put your feet up and go, right, that's it, I'm done? Do you stop on the way home and meet up with friends, colleagues? Do your co-workers go out for after work drinks or dinner together, or maybe it's in like a local bar and they've got bar snacks and that sort of stuff, and you eat and drink together for a bit. But always careful with the alcohol thing. Always get somebody else to drive. Have designated drivers and things. Safety first. Always safety first. What do you do to celebrate? Do you all go out and have a family night out like go to one of those gaming places where they've got the pizzas and stuff, and they've got the games that you can play. Was it Dave and Buster's, I think it is, or places like that where they have the arcade games and you get the tickets, and then they've got an eating area as well. Do you go and do that? Do you have high schoolers and you go to the Friday night football games? What do you do on Friday nights to celebrate the end of the week? What is your tradition? Let us know in the comments below. And what are your plans for this weekend? This weekend, I have to mow the lawns. They're getting rather long, but at least they're mainly green. It's been a struggle, but thanks to YouTube, I've got some very green grass outside, which is on the long side and needs to be cut. So that will probably be Sunday morning's duty, because tomorrow morning we're heading over to Sparkles and doing a big push to get her cleaned out of all the stuff that's laying around free that is going to be, that is in an area that's going to be locked up once we put the slides in. So we're clearing that area first, which will be under the bed. I think that's the only thing I have to worry about. Yeah, under the bed, we've got to get that cleared out. I think I've got all the bed linens out from the cabinet above. I'm not sure, but that won't take long to do because there's not much up there. But that's overhead cabinets, which we can reach at any time. And then it's just going to be clearing off the couch, the driver's seat, the table. I've got a box under the table, and the opposite seat. What did I do with that seat cover? I have to find the seat cover because I've got a new piece of foam to go on the seat opposite the one that I would sit on, because it's a little flat. So I bought some new foam, and the cover's a little worn. So I've already replaced the one that I would sit on a lot, and so I've got the other one that I need to do. So it's clearing off that seat, clearing out what's under the table, what's on the table, what's on the couch, what's on the driver's seat. Driver's seat's all her stuff. So she'll come home with more treats. And just anything that's up on the dashboard area, which is our fan and her bed that's up there, and get that done. Try to get it started. See if we can jump it and get it started. And all going well, if we can get it started, we're then going to check the tire pressure. Thankfully, I have a pump that does that will work on RV tires, and we'll get the tire pressure sorted out on all of those. And all going well, maybe we'll put it in storage tomorrow, or I may take a day off, morning off next week, and go do it that way as well. But it has to be done before the 1st. So yeah, it's hard to believe that we're about to end our stay at the RV resort, even though we haven't lived there since the end of May. Yeah. So that's what we're doing this weekend, is getting Sparkles cleared out, moving her. I'm going to have my car there so I can fill that up. My dad's offered his truck, so we'll fill that up. And if we get everything done and can get her running and drivable, then we may even take it over to the storage unit, may take it to the storage park tomorrow as well. But if we can't do that, then I'll either drive my car or Mike's truck, and he'll follow me in the other vehicle. So get back here, get it offload, get everything in the truck offloaded. And that will be that done. I do have to clean. I have to clean here, like the cleaning part. But I'm going to make sure that the water tank is full before we leave, so that the freshwater tank's full, because at the RV place where we're going to be parking it, it has a regular outlet, just a regular like house outlet, 110 volt. So we can add attach a battery trickler to the RV, but it also means too that I can run an extension cord into the RV and vacuum, do stuff like that. So get that cleaning done. But that means I'm going to take the vacuum cleaner with me tomorrow. Actually, no, I do have a vacuum cleaner. I have a vacuum cleaner there. It's not very good, but that'll do for now. And then later on I can, because I need to vacuum out the bedroom before we close the slides. So yeah, all sorts of things happening tomorrow, and we're going to get as much done as we can tomorrow. And then might have to go back on Sunday, but Sunday morning is cutting the lawns, definitely. And the rest of the weekend, you want to know what I found? No, I'm going to go talk about that another day. So, fill the weekend with fun, find some plans. I didn't bring the other book in here. There is my little book out, Staycation Challenge, where you can just go in here and pick an idea that's easy to do, that's quick to do, that can be done on a whim. And there's some ideas like that in there that you don't have to plan for, and go do something. Go explore your neighborhood. Go explore your community. What's in your community? that you could be doing. What's on in your community this weekend? Find out what's on. Maybe there's a fair in town. Maybe there's, a farmer's market or a flea market or something like that you can go and have fun at. Maybe it's going and visiting a museum or an art gallery, or maybe it's going to some local community park where they have different activities and stuff on as well. Maybe there's a local, what do they call it? The minor league baseball game on this weekend. Those are a lot of fun. Those are a lot of fun, I have to say. I haven't watched yes or no, I have been to an MLB game, a Major League Baseball game. I have been to that. It was San Diego Padres were playing Washington Nationals, I think it was. And we went with my, and Brad and I went with his oldest son and his wife. Well, at the time she was a girlfriend, and a couple of their friends. And we had a good night there. It was an awesome night. And the Padres, I mean, there was a humongous score on that one. I think at one point it was like San Diego Padres were up 17 to, I don't remember what the Washington Nationals had. And somebody informed me when I told them on Facebook, oh, they're just walking away. And this is just to know these are not typical scores. And I was like, oh, they're not. But I did get to see a Major League Baseball game. So I've seen a Major League Baseball game. I've seen an NFL game. Still got to see a NHL hockey game, and basketball, and soccer. I think was the other one on the list. Yeah, there was 5 things on the list that I wanted to see. So I've got 2 crossed off. So I work on the other 3. But go out and have fun this weekend. If you can take a weekend off and away from everything and just go for a drive or drive over to the next town and see what's happening over there. Maybe, drive somewhere that's not in your local area to go get lunch, or ice cream. Maybe there's a good ice cream store in the next town over, or a great pizza place or a great burger place. I was doing around food, but that seems to be, everybody's got to eat. You've got to eat. Maybe there's some place close by, check it out. Grab the paper that has all the local events and everything in, and see what's happening. But anyway, that's it. We're out of here. Have fun. Fun. And we'll have fun till the daddy takes the bird away. Yeah, like my Beach Boys. Anyway, go out and have a super fantastic, sparkling evening. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll catch you guys back here at 6 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. Hey, Konara. And she'll have fun.